Hey, this is Ian. I'm the head pro at EssentialTennis.com, where it's our mission to bring passionate instruction to passionate tennis players just like you. Welcome to this episode of Ask Ian. Today I'm going to be answering a question from Omar, who wrote and said, I forgot. This was a question that was actually left in response to one of our YouTube videos, one of our Novak Djokovic slow motion videos of his forehand. And Omar wrote and said, I've always tried to do this forehand, but it always hits the net. Please, can anybody give me some tips on how to do it correctly? Okay, so Omar wasn't even necessarily submitting this question for me to answer, but when I saw this, I knew I had to make a video on it because it's a very, very common thing that I see. We have hundreds and hundreds of videos of professional players on our YouTube channel hitting their forehands, backhand serves, slow motion, full motion, and there's a common thread, a common attitude that I see of players, or common goal, players trying to copy a specific player and their specific stroke and do it themselves. And that's a bad idea. It is good and helpful and useful to look at professional players and study them, but what you should not be doing is trying to take a particular player in a particular swing and try to emulate it yourself. The reason for that is because we're all very, very different. We're made differently. We have different strengths and weaknesses as far as our genetic makeup. Biomechanically speaking, we all move differently. And so that's why when you see, like Djokovic, for example, hit a forehand, and you see Federer hit a forehand, even if you couldn't see that player's face, if you could somehow put that swing within a robot, somehow where there's no mannerisms, there's no hair that you can look at and be like, oh, I know which player that was. If you just saw the movement of the racket and the body, you would know immediately whose swing that is. And that's because there's enough unique individual aspects from player to player to player that we can immediately pick out whose forehand swing that is or whose serve that is. There's individual ticks or individual elements of the swing that are unique to them. And those things you should not be trying to copy because you are not that person. Now, what you should be doing is looking at the commonalities across all high-level players and copying those things. The essentials, the fundamentals, those are the things that you can build a solid game around and really increase your level of play. The other things are a waste of time. It may work for you, but chances are it's not going to be useful to you at all. It probably will actually be a detriment to your improvement. Now, what are the essentials? I put a quick list down here, just quick things off the top of my head. Loose, relaxed, fluid-looking swings. Full use of the core to power almost every shot. Full turns and rotations, coiling and uncoiling into their shots. Continental grip on volleys, continental grip on serves. You can come up with an example here and there of a professional player who maybe doesn't do one of those things, but 99.9% of them do. And so that should be an indicator to you, all right, this is something I should pay attention to, this individual element, as opposed to this particular player's exact way of doing this particular swing. So Omar, hopefully that makes sense. And if you're watching right now, hopefully that was helpful to you. If you're interested in following a step-by-step plan that focuses on the essentials, on the fundamentals, we've got a link to some coaching in the description down below. And what that coaching is going to do is take you step-by-step and show you how to handle short sitters. Short, weak shots that just sit up in the middle of the courts. If you want to learn how to hit those fundamentally, soundly, and be able to put them away with confidence, click the link down below. It's just $1. If you've enjoyed this video, do me a favor and click like. Leave any comments or questions that you may have down below, along with any topics that you might have for a future episode of Ask Ian. With that, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and good luck with your tennis. For hundreds of free digital tennis lessons, head over to EssentialTennis.com right now. More wins and more fun on the court is right around the corner. You'll even get a free gift just for stopping by. Simply click the link at the top of any page.